Hello everybody, and welcome back to another friendly recap. I hope you're all doing well and ready for some more story. So without further ado, here we go. Alright, so Heidegger, Reeve, and the Shinra president are all talking about the plate drop. Reeve's against it, Heidegger of course wants to do it, and Shinra president's like, take a vacation dude, get out of here. After falling through the Dawn's floor, we end up in the sewers, where we meet his little pet. After a little bit of a boss fight, we get up and we move on with our journey. Now we're in the train graveyard. A little bit of navigating, a little bit of problem solving, and we're finally out. And we're headed over to the Sector 7 slums, where we see all the action going on. We have Wedge falling to his death, Tifa asking aerith to look after Marlene, and after that, we head on up. We head up the pillar and we run into all the old members of Avalanche. Old because they're dying. This is literally their last scenes and they won't appear back in the story. So say goodbye to Biggs and Jesse. As Barrett fires away at the helicopter, Reno swoops down and sets the bomb. We fight him, of course, to stop him. I don't know how he even got past, but yeah, that's not important. Anyway, we can't stop the bomb, and up comes Sang. He's captured aerith, and as we try to get her back, aerith lets us know that everything's been taken care of and that Marlene is safe. Unfortunately, we can't grab her, and now we have to swing to our utter freedom in the most climactic escape of the game. We awaken to see Sector 7 utterly crushed. This is when Barrett calls out to everybody, and of course, no reply. Marlene is safe though, so after realizing this, which takes them a bit, they head on over to aerith's house. Oh, and Cloud has a moment about Sephiroth and the Ancients and some other stuff. So we finally arrive at aerith's house. We talk to her mom, Elmira, who seems to already know that her daughter's gone. But as it turns out, Elmira's not even her real mom. Elmira was waiting for her husband to come back at the trading station, but her husband never came back. One day when she went, she found aerith's real mother dead. She adopted aerith herself, and over time noticed aerith wasn't really normal. She said that she sees things and hears things about the planet, and that her husband had already passed on and died and gone to the other side and back to the planet and all this, which is really creepy for a little girl. Sang actually came in person to try to take her away because Shinra wanted to use her for some stuff, but yeah, aerith was like, nah, forget that, I'm out of here. So she's been running away from these guys for her whole life. Crazy, right? So, silver lining to the story, Marlene's safe. Yay! But how aerith ran her from the slums all the way back home, I don't understand. We head back to the wall market to find clues, and we stumble upon a fallen pillar. Somehow, in some way, after a little bit of talking, we decide to, hey, let's climb it in hopes that it leads us to where we want to go. And because Final Fantasy, it somehow does. It leads us to the front doorstep of the Shinra Company. So we're not going to go through all the tedious nitty-gritty. I mean, there's a couple of ways you can get inside of the company, then there's a couple of fights you gotta do, but for the most part, it's just running around getting key cards to try and unlock the doors within the company to get to where we need to go. So we're just going to skip all that. If you want to find out about it, just watch my video, guys. It's good content, I promise. Shameless promotions. So here we sneak into the duct and we spy on one of their conversations that they're having. Reeve's talking about how much it's going to cost to rebuild Sector 7, but they said they're not going to do it. In fact, they're going to tax the people 15% more. In all of that, Hojo comes in and he talks about what's going on with aerith. He's trying to breed her with another species in order to save either her or the other species. And with the way things are going, he's probably not going to be able to save both. We're able to follow him back to his lab now. As we spy on him from the safety of a crate, we look inside to find Genova. Yes, that was Genova, the headless monster. We bust upstairs and we find aerith next. Hojo is about to start his experiment. This is the creature we told you that she was going to be bred with. So now we have to save her, and we do it the only way we know how, by breaking things. We destroy the whole capsule, the subject attacks Hojo, and we free aerith. But in turn of doing that, he gets his little bodyguard experiment to come get us, and we get a new member of our party. So we've got Aerith, it's time to go. So we head out of here, we get in the elevator, and of course, we're caught. Again. Rude and Reno grab us and take us right to the Shinra president, who gives us this long spiel, yada yada yada, you know, just fast forward through all this, and he sticks us in prison. While being held captive, the team takes this time to talk amongst themselves, just a little chit chat here and there, learn a little bit more about each other, before finally taking his nap. When Cloud awakes, he discovers the guard is dead and the door is open. He wakes up Tifa and everybody else, and they start to look around. During our look around, we find out that Genova's escaped, the president is dead, and the new heir to the whole Shinra presidency is actually his own son, Rufus. So Cloud being Cloud decides to try to buy the group some escape time and fight Rufus by himself. The gang runs away and ends up in the elevator, where they fight a security robot. The proportions of this elevator make no sense. Before it was big enough for one, now it's big enough for like 15 people. Maybe more. My numbers are bad. After that fight, and then another fight with another robot, we go back to Cloud, and we continue his fight. We beat up Rufus, and then we head down to meet up with the group. Finally, we're back at the entrance, and we're almost home free. The only problem is all the soldiers that are waiting for us, because I mean, the president of a major company just got murdered. So Cloud gets the bright idea of, hey, let's just drive the floor models out in this epic motorcycle chase battle, which is again followed by, guess what? Another robot. After we make quick work of the robot and enjoy the peaceful sunset, we're dropped off into another world to explore, actually. We're dropped off into like these grassy fields where there's other towns and other cities, and the game literally opens up from here. It's a place that you can explore freely. It's quite amazing. This is where we're going to end our newest recap though. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it was informational. If you're liking all these, give us a like or leave us a comment, whichever or both. Anyway, have a great day or night or whatever it is, and I'll see you next time.